both. And so the mother at this point is going back into a facility for the third time. The father works long hours. And he finally has hired someone to come in to be with the 3 children. But we see the effects on the children constantly.
Yes.
Their self-esteem, the way they have relationships with other students, the relationships they even build with the adults in their life. And that there are often grandparents who step in and begin to take over part of that job. So it has a very wide breadth when we talk about this. And I do believe alcoholism is a disease. And there has been studies that do show that there could be a hereditary trait that's a part of this.
That's my next question. Is it inherited? Yes.
There is some studies that do document that it is. We also have, across the state at least, we have Al-Anons, which is for teenagers, and that also brings up that whole issue about where does it come from, and is it going from generation to generation.
And how can we stop this? My question is, while I was sitting here listening to you guys speak, how does one, you know, drinking is so socially accepted. How does one realize that they're going down that path to stop and try to, you know, not drink as much? Because, you know, every now and then there's a holiday, there's Christmas, Thanksgiving, we want to have a little champagne, maybe a beer or so. But how does one know that, you know what, if we don't stop drinking the way we are drinking right now, we are going to become an alcoholic? What are some of the symptoms that you could detect?
But you don't detect the symptoms. It's like it just happens because you start to drink a little bit socially, and then you start drinking more, and more. And before you know it, you're an alcoholic. And if nobody don't bring it to your attention, the way you act, alcoholism, you know, sometimes they are violent. I live with my father. He fought my mother like crazy. And it has a great effect on the children. You know, you little, and here you are facing with your mother and father fighting. You think your father's going to kill your mother, and you're fighting out of your mind. You don't know what to do. You feel helpless. You know what I'm saying? And so many kids are faced with this every day of their life. So their self-esteem go down. But fortunate, my self-esteem didn't go down. What it did, it helped me to develop me as a human being. I was a little bit more, you know, I don't know what, my mind was a little bit more stronger, and not looking at myself like it was something I had something to do with. But most kids think it's something they had something to do with, but it's not.
Right.
Okay? And I truly believe it's inherited, because my son, I have a problem with my son. The same thing that I was trying to stop from happening, it happened to my son, because I knew my father was an alcoholic, and somehow I knew it was going to go on, and that's what happened. I have a son, he's 32, and he still has a problem with alcoholism. And I didn't know that until he came back home. He had the same symptoms as my father, you know, the loss of memory and stuff like that. So I had to work diligently and even commandingly that tell him, oh, we going to AA. You ain't got nothing to say about this. You can't tell me you grown, because I'll knock you out. We going. And I had to literally talk with him, walk with him to go to AA for him to get help. When he went, he heard other people that having the same problem, what they went through, from alcohol to drugs, and this is what happened.
Basically, there are 4 factors that determines an alcoholic. One is when the person has an urge to drink; it's unstoppable. This is there all the time. 2, the person develops a tolerance for the alcohol. He needs to have double the amount to have the same effect. And then you have physical dependence as well. He needs the alcohol to start his day. He has to have a drink to prevent the shakes. Those are some of the cardinal symptoms of an alcoholic. And if you see that, you should try and get that person to obtain some help. Some of the factors that tend to cause alcoholism is your friends, your relationships. If you associate with certain people, they may lead you to drink. Like, you know, and also some professions. If you're a salesman, almost always you clinch your deal with alcohol. Right.